All right, the crisis at the southern border is intensifying and no one seems to care. According to the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, over 203,000 migrants crossed the southern border in July. If this trend continues, 2021 will break the record for most illegal crossings going back 60 years. Now, just moments ago, I had the opportunity to speak with Texas Senator Ted Cruz from the Rotunda about the border crisis. He cares deeply. Now, I started by asking him about the very scary H.R. 1 bill and why it's so important to bring him to the Senate, to the hearings, and take care of everything going on in D.C.
As you noted, the crisis at the border is unprecedented. It's the worst we've ever seen. And the Democrats don't want to acknowledge it. They don't want to acknowledge the kids in cages, the Biden cages. They don't want to acknowledge that last week we crossed the threshold of over 1 million illegal aliens coming in just this year alone, just under Joe Biden in 6 months. That they don't want to acknowledge the rather stunning facts that came out this week, that in the city of McAllen, one Texas city, that the Biden administration has released over 7,000 illegal aliens who were COVID positive. Just last week, the Biden administration released over 1,500 illegal aliens who were COVID positive in McAllen, Texas, one town in South Texas. They're doing this all across the country. This crisis is their creation. The Democrats don't want to talk about it. They want to cover it up. Instead, what do they want to do? They want to ram through, as you noted, S1, what many of us are calling the Corrupt Politicians Act, which is an act for the federal government to take over elections and to strike down every reasonable state-level voter integrity law, to strike down photo ID laws, to strike down prohibitions on ballot harvesting, and to automatically register everyone who comes in contact with the government, including millions of illegal aliens, including felons, because the Democrats, I think understandably, believe that if millions of illegal aliens and millions of felons are voting, they're likely to vote Democrat. And this is all about partisan politics rather than the interests and well-being of the country.
I want to talk about this. President Biden told your state and told Florida, so told Texas and Florida, either help or get out of the way with regards to COVID. What are your thoughts about him taking a shot at your governor and Governor DeSantis in Florida?
You know, there's a Yiddish word, chutzpah, and Joe Biden is embodying chutzpah. If you look at COVID, the big blue states, the New Yorks and New Jerseys, have been train wrecks on COVID. You look at Governor Andrew Cuomo, who sent COVID-positive patients into nursing homes, costing the lives of tens of thousands of seniors in New York State. Then, according to Cuomo's staff, he covered up and lied about the data. What did Joe Biden and all the Democrats do? They covered up for Cuomo. The corrupt corporate media covered up for Cuomo. They hailed him as a hero of COVID. You know what they hate? They hate red states like Texas and Florida, states that defend freedom. They hate the fact that we reopened our schools, that we allowed small businesses to reopen. They hate the fact that people are fleeing their failed socialist governments and coming to states like Texas and Florida because people want to be free. We want our kids in schools. And my views are simple. No mandates, no lockdowns, no school shutdowns, no vaccine mandates, no mask mandates. Joe Biden and the heavy hand of government needs to get off of forcing their mandates on the American people. We ought to respect people's freedom and their individual responsibility.
You know what, Senator, I can officially say that's the first time I've ever heard Joe Biden has chutzpah. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. Busy man. And stay on that H.R. S1. Make sure that doesn't pass the Senate. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.